Blood-Sea. On the surface, Blood-Sea looks like your typical high school girl story. Saya Kizuraji, a polite, seemingly innocent girl that is dutifully protecting her town. But skip 10 seconds, it's a full-blown nightmare. The central horror comes during the massacre sequences. And when I say massacre, I mean it in the most brutal way possible. Not only that, it's the betrayal. Saya grows up believing she's protecting her peaceful village, that the people around her are her friends, and that her life has meaning in simple, everyday routines. But everything is a trap. She's manipulated into fighting monsters as a test of her abilities, with the villagers often being pawns or outright conspirators. Even her closest allies turn out to be working against her, and the world she thought was safe collapses completely. The brutality and psychological horror of this anime is just absolutely insane. Heavenly Delusion. At first glance, Heavenly Delusion might seem like a typical post-apocalyptic journey. Children wandering through abandoned cities, scavenging for survival, and encountering strange mutated creatures. But the true darkness lies beneath the surface. Every abandoned building tells a story of humanity's collapse, and every encounter with a mutated creature is a reminder of how twisted the world has become. And every interaction between the survivors hints at secrets that are far more disturbing than the monsters themselves. The unsettling atmosphere is amplified by the ambiguity of who, or what, is truly human. There's a persistent feeling that danger isn't just an external factor, because the world itself is warped, and the people surviving in it are often just as frightening as the creatures they face. Rin, Daughters of Mnemosyne. Rin is an immortal detective that keeps dying over and over in the most brutal way imaginable. Basically Natsuki Subaru on steroids. Every case Rin takes uncovers another layer of human depravity, from experiments to religious cults to pure sadism. She gets tortured, shot, dissected, and much more darker things. At one point, Rin loses her memory and starts a new life with a mortal man named Ika. When her memories are restored, she is later forced to kill him. Because she cannot age, Rin must watch mortal acquaintances, friends, and lovers grow old and die throughout the decades. Imagine being immortal, but all you gain is nothing but suffering. ID Invaded. This anime might look like a futuristic detective story, but it's really a descent into the darkest corners of the human mind. Akihito Narihisago isn't just chasing criminals, he dives into their subconscious through the virtual ID well, navigating surreal, twisted landscapes that reflect their deepest, most horrifying impulses. Every case is a psychological puzzle dripping with tension, reconstructing murders from warped memories, deciphering cryptic clues, and confronting killers who hide behind seemingly normal lives. The danger isn't just physical, it's mental, forcing Narihisago to face the terrifying truth that anyone, under the right circumstances, can be pushed into madness or unspeakable acts. As he digs deeper, he also confronts his own trauma, showing that even a normal person can become enmeshed in the darkness of other minds. It's a story about morality, identity, and the fragility of sanity, where navigating the ID well demands the strength to see humanity's monsters reflected in yourself. Technolyze. If you thought cyberpunk was cool, Technolyze shows you the version where all hope has died. It takes place in Lux, a city built underground, filled with gang wars, half-machine humans, and complete emotional emptiness. Ichisa, the main character, doesn't fight to live. He just exists, slowly losing more of his body and soul to technology. It's not just the visuals, it's the silence. Long drawn-out scenes where nothing happens, except the feeling that something inside you is decaying too. Scenes where Ichi's limbs are torn off, the senseless violence between factions, and the total collapse of Lux in the final episodes will haunt you. Pet. This anime takes psychological horror and turns it inside out. It's about people who can enter your mind and change your memories, molding emotions and build in trauma, like molding a clay. It's the highest form of manipulation. The way pets are mentally broken and rebuilt to serve their masters makes every scene feel uncomfortable. Hiroki and Tsukasa use their powers to literally enter someone's memories. We see victims relive murders, betrayals, and tragedies from the perspectives of both their past selves and their abusers. One of the scenes shows Hiroki walks into a victim's memory and triggers them to experience drowning repeatedly, while Tsukasa erases key pieces of a character's personality, leaving them a hollow shell. But don't get it wrong, these two are not like doing such monstrosity on purpose. Their actions are part of a dark, psychological narrative where they are left with no choice and are forced into morally compromising situations by a corrupt organization, rather than being inherently evil masterminds.